Hey folks, welcome to a new stream that's gonna be a bit different than usual. Hope everybody is doing well on this pretty nice Thursday afternoon. Um, who's here today? We've got Disco, we've got Freddy Killer, Movies XP, Kaden, who's just checking in. First name, last name, aka M, and Anthony. And Dom. Hey Dom. Hope you could recuperate some from yesterday. And it's good to have you in chat as always. So what are we gonna do today? We're gonna do some Blender. So as you may know, I'm working on a funky little game called Constructopia with Dom, who's in chat right now. And as part of that, we need to do some 3D stuff. Because one of the features of the game is going to be pre-rendered 3D graphics, but also they would be in the kind of style of 90s CG, kind of like, you know, those educational games that you would find in cereal boxes. So that's what I want to try and do today. I want to try and replicate that style using Blender materials because it's kind of meant for photorealism, and we don't want any of that. We don't want that newfangled ray tracing, physically accurate material. That's for nerds. We want those plasticky, glossy, like kind of ugly and limited materials with very ugly bumps and low resolution marble textures and whatnot. Hey JD, good to see you here. So yeah, let's try and do that. So let me switch to the Blender scene. I have no idea how this is gonna go because I just don't know how well my computer is gonna handle streaming and using Blender at the same time. So if anything goes wrong, I have a backup plan, don't worry. But yeah, we'll be trying our best to do some Blender. Shareware core, that's a great way of putting it. I don't know, I kind of like Serial Bugs game core as well. Uh, so here's my kind of inspiration for this. I've got a couple of early 90s CG goodness. So just to try and identify some features. So I guess a pretty good one is gonna be like the lack of ambient lighting, really. So poor Mr. Rowe. Exactly. Because, like, you know, the ambient lighting, it's kind of flat, right, on this clock that those beings are very busy studying. You can kind of spot that where the light doesn't shine, it's very flat. If it were, like, more physically accurate, you would see kind of darkening in the corners, ambient occlusion, that kind of stuff. But that wasn't really a thing back then. And another thing is, you know, the very basic shading in materials. There are no real reflections. It's just like specular highlights on that you can see, for example, on those creatures that start to look like Amoguses, really. Hey Ray? Yeah, great aesthetic. Very good. And like similarly on this poor like veiny eyeball, you can see there's just like this singular reflection. And the ambient lighting itself, you know, normally you would have, for example, the light from the sky kind of making the shadows a bit like blue purplish in this case, but here they're very dark and like neutral. And this sun is I don't like the like twisty, fleshy almost sun rays. No, that's no good. No likey. But yeah, you can see this very simplified shading, and this one which is amazing. I love this image. It's so good. Yeah, you can see what's going on in this one. With those terrifying worms. Is this one from a tool video? I have no idea. I've just found them online, really. And yeah, you can see just how like simple the lighting is, really. Very flat, and that's what we want to do. So let's get into our layout tab, and I'm just gonna make a very simple scene. So I'm gonna make a big surface here. Oof, yeah. It's gonna be a kind of choppy experience. Sorry, everybody, in advance, but I mean, at this point, you know what to expect from my poor computer. I'm gonna place a little Suzanne because I think it's appropriate. There we go. It's gonna rest. Gonna rest it right on the floor, and I'll also put like, I don't know, a sphere right here. Maybe behind a little bit. Yeah, let's compose a scene. And a cone. Why not? So that's gonna stay here. All right, perfect. We've got a very funny scene. I don't like how that cone is shading, but I don't think I can really fix that. Like if I just shade flat, it's not looking great. I'll just stick with auto smooth from now. It's fine. And of course we'll need a bit of light. So I'm just gonna add boring point light. And like if I switch to render view, which hopefully won't set my computer on fire. Yeah, you can see if I increase this light. I mean, we're already getting there, but like, you know, I could have like screen space reflections and ambient occlusion that would already kind of make the lighting less flat, but I don't want any of that, so it's just gone. Another thing that's could be kind of problematic is this shading is pretty realistic. I don't think you can really see it. Maybe if I kind of increase this light power here, you know, it's you get that kind of like light reflecting off the edges of the sphere. We don't want that either. That's no good. It's too realistic. So basically, what I'm gonna be doing this stream is I'm essentially gonna try and hack my way out of all of those nice rendering tricks. Because the 90s CG, it's not about being photorealistic, it's more about trying to imitate what reality could be based on like the computing power of the time. Since then, you know, even real-time graphics have evolved significantly, and I just want to undo all these. So one thing I'm going to do first is I'm going to switch my color management to standard, because Blender by default uses something called filmic view transform, which is like fancy color management that's meant to be better at handling like high dynamic range. No, that's too advanced. We don't want that. We want like boring colors that get like overblown. That's much better. So like if I started to increase this lamp power, you can see just how ugly we get this little hotspot here on everything. And if I were to switch back to filmic, yeah, It looks better, but we don't want that. We want that terrible, terrible overblown lighting all over the place. So that's already one thing we can do. Let's get into the shading stuff first. Because one thing I want to do is... Right, I think it's best if I show you this. I'm gonna quickly grab an image to use as a environment map. So I believe, yes, right here. Ooh. It's not looking right. I'm not sure why. It is background. Oh, maybe I need to... Huh, interesting. So everything's gone blue. But it's weird because, like, this is supposed to be... Oh, it's need to be an environment texture, my bad. There we go, much better. So now we've got, like, a nice sky. The problem is... like, yeah, it looks nice, but it's also actually lighting the scene. Right? You can see that the blue... Like, the blue from the kind of darker blue from the sky is hitting the top of everything. The whiter, like, edge of the horizon is kind of lighting the sides. And the very, like, brightly saturated blue is lighting the undersides of our objects. That's too advanced. We don't want that global illumination. Luckily, we can hack our way through that, so I'm just going to quickly switch to the shading tab, which will give us the ability to control scene lighting. And by default, it puts us in this, like, kind of preview mode, and you can see the same effect going on, right? Yes, it is a GBG skybox. You can see the principle here. We've got a skybox around us, and that skybox is actually, you know, lighting the scene. But that's not a luxury that 90s CG artists could afford necessarily, especially like when you used off-the-shelf software. Instead, you would just have like one kind of ambient color. So to fix that, I'm gonna have to do a bit of trickery here. So, like, normally, like, this is more in line with what you would have, like this kind of like neutral or even completely black background. But if I do that, I don't have a sky anymore. If I want my sky, I also need to get the lighting. So I would like to have a way to still be able to see the sky texture, but have an actual ambient lighting that's completely black, so I can customize it more. Hey troops, hope you have a good time in class. I guess I'll catch you in the VOD. So one trick that I recently learned about is... Oh, let me turn on snapping so I can, like... Yeah, that's better. So what I would like to do is kind of mix the two so that I can see the sky everywhere, but the actual scene itself is kind of rendered like this. So I would want to be able to cut out all of this and just paste it on top of this. And that's something that I can actually do, which is super neat. So I'm gonna use this kind of scary node, which is called the light path node. And normally this would work using Cycles, which is the path traced render engine of Blender, which is the one that actually tries to simulate how light bounces everywhere. I'm on Eevee though, so we get more limited, much more limited functionality, but we can still use this is camera ray bit here, and it's basically just gonna only show parts of the scene that are actually that are not the sky, basically. So it's kind of a mask, right? So the sky itself is white, but everything else is black. And I don't think any of these do much. Well, oh, I guess so. I guess they kind of do work, actually. Interesting. So yeah, they do a bunch of stuff. They let us identify and isolate different properties of different parts of the lighting in our scene. So I'm gonna use that to mix shaders. So there's a mix shader node that I can use right here. And I'm gonna use this as the factor for our mixing. So now if I plug the background into one of them and the sky background into another, now our scenes are mixed. We still have the sky box, but the ambient lighting is now controlled by this background node right here. So I have full control over it, which is great. So I can adjust the sky all I want. It's not going to change the lighting in our scene. So that's kind of more period accurate already, which is great. So now I can do some shader stuff on these individual objects. And for that, I'm going to switch back to the object shaders, and I can start creating a new material. So by default, Blender gives me this very nice principled shader, which is like advanced and physically accurate, but as I've said, I don't really want that. Like, yeah, I can make some very glossy materials, but that's not really what I set to do. I want no realism at all. And another thing that's important is control over colors. Because I could just render this scene in GBG, you know, I could make this any color I want, and I could just import it in GBG using the Arduino texture tools. The problem is, that means the conversion will have to do a lot of guesswork about the colors, because in GBG we've got a very limited palette. In fact, let me quickly open it here, if I can find it. There we go. So this is like the GBG palette that we've got. So when converting textures, you know, the colors of the image would need to be remapped to this palette, and that's implies that the conversion will have to guess, like, oh, like this is kind of a dark blue, so I guess I'll pick this color. And it does mean we might get unexpected results, which is not ideal. So I want to also have a way to control every single color and make sure that it aligns to the GBG palette. Hey, Mr. Nomad. It's good to see you. So we'll do a bit of trickery. But first, let's get rid of this very complicated shader. And instead, we'll use a simpler shader. This is the... where is it? Diffuse shader. So this is a lot more simple. It doesn't have any specularity at all, so there's no like reflection of the light inside it. It's just shading, really. And what I can do is something pretty neat. I can use something called a shader to RGB node, and that's going to take the color output and let me manipulate it. So if I then use a color ramp, which is basically kind of like a gradient remapping, I can adjust the colors in a way that actually let me choose exactly which color I want for the shaded area. So I want this exact blue for the shaded area, I can pick it. And I've got one that controls the color of the lit areas. So I can, again, grab my color picker and I can just pick this color. And now it's better aligned to the GBG palette. Which is very important for what we want to do. Yeah, now it's looking mighty flat, exactly how I want it to be. And I do have lots of control, so I can adjust this, but I don't think I will because it makes lighting a bit weird. This is fine. I just want to turn this black and white lighting map. It's basically like a lighting texture, but kind of dynamic. And I want to convert it to these colors. So instead of white, it's gonna be this color, and instead of black, it's gonna be this other color. And that gives me complete freedom over the look of my object, which is neat. Hey again, Kaden. Yeah, but that's not. But it's not perfect. I also want to have some reflections, right? I do want that specular highlight, and for that, I would need a specular material. The problem is that specular material is, it's good, right? It's very plasticky. But I wouldn't be able to adjust the colors as easily because, you've got that hot spot here. I want that hot spot to remain white, but if I use this color ramp, that white would kind of like be turned to black, so to this light blue. So I can show you right now what it looks like. If I do this, yeah, you can see the highlight is completely gone. And I could just fiddle with these stops, add another one and make that white, but that's kind of annoying. Yeah, and now it's making this like shaded bit here. I have to just fiddle for a while, and it's probably not going to be perfect. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna undo all of this stuff. Now it's taking a bit to calculate. Instead, I'm simply gonna try and only get the highlight of this node. So just this bit, and I'm just gonna mix it with the result of my color ramp. So I'm just gonna try and mix the two. So I'm gonna make the object itself black so that you can only see the highlight itself. And I can still play with the roughness. So the rougher the material, the less bright and sharp the highlight will be. But if I get to 0, then it's like completely glossy. But I think a middle ground is nice, like this. And I can also change the specular strength by adjusting this slider here. So that's also pretty neat. So I think I'm going to set it to this kind of middle gray here, like 0.5 on the value. And that's going to give us a nice highlight. And now, watch this. I can do a color mixing. I'm going to get this first color here, and I'm gonna add this second color information here, and oh, I need shader to RGB because it's not converted to colors yet. There we go. And right now it's set to mix, so if I change this factor, you can see it's simply just gonna be didn't mean to do that. Oh great, Blender crashed. Oh no. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Uh-oh. Okay, let me start over. What happened? Why did it crash? Okay, I'm just gonna try recover the last session. Oh, it did not. Do I have any autosave? Yes, I do. Okay, phew. We're back. All right. Where was I? Okay, let's let's go back to our view. I'm not sure what happened. It's strange. Maybe it was too much for my computer to handle. Right, so as I adjust this mix, you can see that it's basically just like, it's kind of like opacity change, right? But I don't want that. I want to add the brightness of this highlight onto the actual color. So I'm gonna change the thing to mix. I'm gonna set it to add. And that's actually gonna add the highlight on top of my base material. So I can still adjust the colors as much as I want. So I want to make this monkey, I don't know, pink. Well, I can make it pink. Like this. But my highlight is still like bright white, and it's not gonna affect how this color ramp works. It's completely separate. And I can still adjust the strength of the highlight by using this slider and of course changing the settings here. So that's pretty neat. It's a pretty nifty setup, and I think it looks pretty like basic, like pretty good. Like that definitely feels like a material you would see back in the day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now this is the 90s. Amazing. But that's not all we want to do. Because you see, I want to try and make like a shader that would be suitable for multiple types of materials. And for that, I'm gonna need to make more of these and be able to kind of turn on and off the different bits of materials here. So I don't want to make separate materials for metal or plastic or anything. I want it to be all one material with lots of settings that I can adjust. So that's gonna be a bit tricky, but I'm sure we'll manage. All right, so we can do plastics. We can do matte materials, like completely matte ones. We can make glossy ones. That's nice. I want to be able to make metals as well. So metals are shaded a bit differently from like regular plastic materials. They're a lot darker because they don't have any kind of diffuse light going on. So when light hits it, like it doesn't kind of spread across the surface like this. It just reflects. So they tend to look a bit darker. So I'm gonna create a glossy shader, which I believe is how you do metals. Yeah. So already that's looking a lot more metallic. And I would say that it's already looking pretty good. Like, I think I could simply like remap almost the output from this. So let's just try it. I'm gonna see how it looks if I just plug the color into this node. Oh. Wait, why did it break? Oh, it needs to be this one. Oh, weird. Yeah. Right. I guess not. I guess this is not the way to do it. Yeah, this doesn't really look good. I think it should be able to retain the, white specular highlights and the very dark, you know, these very dark shadows. So let me think of how to do that. I think I may just make a new material, a new mix node. And what if I mixed my diffuse with my metal? Oh, I need another shader to RGB. I keep forgetting. So if I set it to add, it's only gonna add like that. Oh. Huh. Oh, whoops. Forgot to change this. All right. And then I can maybe add can maybe multiply to get the darkness in. Ooh. Okay. So it is looking pretty intense. So maybe there's a better way to do it. I guess I can just like look through these blend modes. I guess overlay would be the appropriate one. No, it's changing the colors too much. What about linear light? See, the problem is it's affecting the colors in a way I don't really like. Right, it's making the pink a lot more red. So I'm not sure how to do that really. Maybe if I use value instead. I mean, this kind of looks good, but why is it so hard to make bad lighting? It's almost like it was intended to be. All right, I think I might. I might need to try what I did before, which is to mix them kind of separately. So let's go back to this. What if I make the roughness? I can't do that. Okay. What I could do is use a color ramp in the middle. And I can just like bring in... Yeah, maybe bring those in a bit. Ooh. Monkey has seen things in his life. Hey, Figure HQ. And Note on Guy, which I think I've missed. Yeah. I think I'm starting to like be able to isolate the shading here, maybe. Right. So this gives me the very like dark shading that I'm kind of seeking. And then I can add the highlights back. So if I do this and I do this, oop. And now, instead of like dragging the white stuff all the way, drag this up here. Starting to get somewhere. And maybe if I make this, but bit lighter, maybe. I mean, if I go back to my glossy, it's not looking quite right. I guess the highlights are too sharp. But then you kind of don't see the color of the object anymore. Pepto Abysmal. Very good. I mean, it does look pretty nice, I think, like this. What if I change the color of the object? So, I want to make a golden monkey. Connection kit banger alert. Yeah. I mean, I guess. No. What if I use... Hold on, I'm just gonna try something different completely. 1 second. I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna use this instead. So this is like kind of tinting my metal, which might look better. Like, if I do this, maybe. I mean, that does look like metal. Really does. I mean, because I'd imagine that, you know, the highlights would actually be the color of the material itself, but if I look back at this, you can see the highlights kind of like overexposed, so it does kind of turn white if the light is strong enough. So... I'm not quite sure how to handle that. So I guess we can try to fiddle with this again and see how it looks. Yeah, this is getting closer to what I want, but I think it's like too dark. Um, I think the shading is being applied too well. All 80s CG items were all evenly lit from all sides for no reason. Yeah, they had this very like fixed ambient color. But that makes it look too plasticky. Like if I just give it like the normal ambient color, then it looks like plastic. It's weird, right? Like this looks like plastic. But this looks like metal. You know, it's kind of a weird subtlety about this shading. Why don't you try using the Twitter model? Because I don't have it. And the one I have is like the Paint 3D export that's very like dense and pretty laggy to work with. Because I can try messing with that, but I don't like it. What if I use other styles like darken? Yeah, see how fast we go from plastic to metal? It's crazy. Color burn maybe? I feel like those would affect the colors too much. I mean, I guess this isn't too bad, really. I just can't adjust the brightness of this without it looking kind of weird. I'm just gonna try different interpolation between the... Oop, no, not that one. That won't work. It's way too cartoony. What's the difference between like linear and ease? Oh, I can't see it like change in real time. I guess what I could do is add a stop in here and like... No. It's a bad idea. Oh, what's this? Oh, Dom sent me the portraits. I guess we'll have a play with them later. But I think this scene is nice to at least preview the thing. So we'll try and apply the materials later when I yeah, the areas are too dark. You almost never see pure black in the old CG. I mean, yeah, you're right. You are absolutely correct. But that's kind of what I was trying to say. Like, this looks too cartoony. Well, this looks like too plasticky. Excuse me. What if I add like, and I can't really like adjust this much. Look good on the right. I mean, I like this kind of like glossiness for the metal. Uh, what if I just change the color of this? Yeah, I don't know. I can't like. I don't see this as. I can't see this and think, oh, that's metal. No, it's not. Like this is. This immediately looks like metal to my eyes. It's weird. But like, so did these weird wormy things. Like, these kind of look metallic, you know? But they don't have like pure black either. It's weird. I couldn't explain why. Because I guess technically, like, this is a decent approximation of it. I guess it's just applied wrong, like the color here. I'm gonna try different styles of mixing. Ooh, don't like this. The highlights are more diffused than it would be on metal. Yeah, but like if you look at the glossy material itself, you can see there's this very peculiar fall off, you know? Like you have this kind of sharpish highlight, but then it kind of, you still have this mid-gray that slowly fades. It's a very peculiar shading style. Hey Saft, is it possible to like lower the resolution of the shadow mask? Yeah, I mean, the shadows should be sharp, so I can easily change that. I can make my sphere light. My point light here, I can make the radius 0 and that will make the lights sharp. It's going pretty well, thank you. If you are doing well too. Yeah, because like they weren't able to do like very soft lights. Like I can change the radius and this will make very soft lights. But I don't want that either, I don't think so. Just be very sharp point lights. But yeah, I'm kind of stuck on this. It's weird. I just don't like how this white color is mixed in. What if I do overlay? But overlay is not gonna make it like white. No. Again, this looks like metal. But I still would want the highlights to be able to overexpose. But I feel like there's no good way of doing that. That's too much. I think it's because I have this applied as well. I probably shouldn't. Maybe if I try this again. I'm sure I've tried this before, it did work. Nah. It's too strong. If I could see class in the reflections, it would be nice. Yeah, I want to tackle that next, Disco. Don't worry about it. Yeah, is it affecting my colors? What if I make the material one color? Ooh, no. No, 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 no. That is no good. Linear light? Soft light? I guess linear light is the closest, but... yeah, it's getting there. I guess this is fine. like this. Obviously, it's no longer really... we lose control over the colors, of course. But I think for metals, it's kind of like necessary. No. Yeah, I'd say that's decent. Maybe it needs to be about here. I'd say that's a good middle ground. And I can still adjust the... so I can delete this. I don't need this anymore. Can I just... Yeah, this is not how I want to adjust it, but, you know. I can add some metal to the mix. So isn't this supposed to be a GVG game, says Adlink. Yes, but we're gonna be pre-rendering textures, basically, to use for characters and stuff, so hence why I'm doing this. So one thing I want to do is, and I guess I can already like kind of show it here, is actually, first of all, should probably give me a mix color. I can actually mix between the metal and the not metal. So if I do this, it's gonna be metal, but if I do this, it's gonna turn back into being more of a glossy plastic material. That makes sense. So this is kind of like a metal slider. So all the way to 1 is fully metal, but all the way to 0 is fully plastic. Problem is, I think metal looks best when both colors are the same, but plastic looks best when there's one dark ambient color. You know, like this. So, I think I'm gonna have to make it so that I can only use the color here, which is kind of like the base color for the metal, and be able to use the 2 colors when I'm using the plastic material. So to do that, I'm gonna have to replace this color ramp with a map range node. There we go. Or I guess I don't need it at all. Okay, I'm gonna have inputs for colors. So these are kind of like these two, right? But they're their own nodes. So if I only need this color, well, I can just take, you know, the output from this node here. So I can already gonna set them to my original colors. And I believe I should be able to achieve the same results just by, you know, mixing the colors. So I believe like this. And as a factor of my mixing, I'm just gonna use this. And this should give me the same results. Unless I inverted the colors. Yeah. So this is the exact kind of same, except did I pick the colors wrong? Yeah, I did. I think it's this color. Yeah. So these give the exact same results, except my colors are actually their own nodes. And that's going to be useful. You'll see why later. But for now, I can just remove this. And for my metal, I am going to use the main color here instead. So now, when I make my material look metallic, it's going to take a bit to load. Yeah. You can see that it's just going to be using this color. It's not going to be using the whole like color map, but now it's behaving how I want. I don't need to remember to make the two colors here the same. When I want metal, it kind of does it on its own. Adlink says, couldn't you make in Unreal Engine instead of using GBG? No, I mean, as I said, this is just like pre-rendered graphics. It's just for fun, really, because we don't know how to use Unreal Engine and stuff, so that would be a lot of time learning it. GBG is much more on our level anyway, and it's fun to try and push GBG to its limits. I thought Constructopia was going for a claymation look, says Disco. So it's a bit weird. For the game itself, we want to evoke 90s PC games, like almost edutainment games, so with those pre-rendered CG graphics. But for like the box art, because there's gonna be like box art and stuff, it's gonna be cute. For the box art itself, Dom wanted to have like clay artwork, like could be seen on Japanese box art from that era. So it's kind of like a blend of styles, but I think it's gonna look cute in the end. Alright. Resident Evil CG or Silent Hill. Complete with bad voice acting. Alright. So I've got my bits here that get added to this final thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cool Blender feature, which is node groups. So if I press Ctrl G, now it's going to turn into this one node. It's almost like a custom nodes, except that hidden inside is all of this. And I can give it, and I have like this group input nodes that corresponds to what's seen here. So I can add new inputs as I need, and I can add new outputs as I need using this group output node. So this is pretty neat. It's basically just going to compact all of this into a neat little package. And so that all I have to worry about are those colors. And in fact, now that I do this, I don't even need those RGB nodes, because those are kind of built into, because it knows that those are color inputs. So it will automatically give me the color picker as an option. So I can quickly get back to where I was. Oop, did I put them in the wrong order? Oh, I guess B is supposed to be the lighter color. There we go. Okay, so this is a bit confusing. A and B, that's fine, because I can rename them. So I've got this here, and I can change the inputs and outputs of my node. So A, that's my ambient color. So I'm gonna type in ambient color. Default value is gonna be black, and B is my main color, and the main default value is gonna be white. So now I can like change that, and I've got a nice little label to know what I can do. Now this mix node is basically like toggling between plastic and metal. So I would want to be able to change that without having to enter the actual group. So what I can do is I can just grab a new input and plug it into the factor here. So now that metal factor can be adjusted from inside the node, from outside the node group, which is neat. And I can also like rename it to be a bit more logical, because it just says factor because it just took the name of this input here. But factor is not really a very self-explanatory name, so I'm just gonna change it to metalness. There we go. Nice. All right. So what else? Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Did you already try sliding roughness down? That's gonna be my next step. Because I do have a roughness setting here. And I can also adjust the amount of specularity using this. So what I'm thinking is I'm probably gonna set the roughness to something like 0.25. Hey dog, welcome to the stream. Yeah. Because if I slide roughness too high, now my material looks wrong, so I don't want to be able to adjust this. I want to find a nice value for it. It's going pretty well, thank you. Hope you are doing well also. So I'm just gonna get this nice value which doesn't cause too much color issues. And if I want to make it matte, you know, I can just turn it off here. And that's gonna be a matte material. So I'm gonna drag that factory here, and I'm gonna call that specularity, or I guess gloss is fine. So now if I exit my node, I can change the gloss, I can make it glossy, and I can make it metal, which is exactly how it should be. Now, Disco, earlier, I saw you saying that you wanted to see the reflection of the sky, and I think it's as good as a time to tackle that. So, I'm gonna add a texture, an image texture. Wait, no, I need environment texture. And I can already pick the skybox that I've got here. Problem is, the way it's applied is not great. It's not actually a reflection. It's just taking the image and kind of wrapping it like wrapping paper. It's like even if so I can use this texture coordinate node, and that's gonna give us the normals, the vector coordinates for the texture. So if I just went with object, you know, it's wrapping around our object nicely, but it's obviously not a reflection. It's just painted to look like the sky, you know. Generated, I think is, yeah, this one, which is a bit weird. Normal, I think would not... Ooh. Normal looks pretty cool, but again, not really a reflection. It's more so painting on top of the model. But luckily there's one that's happened to be called reflections. And if we do that, then immediately now it's behaving like a proper reflection. You can see it's kind of shifting as the camera moves. That's a reflection right here. There it is, the 90s. Yes, exactly. Yeah, fake reflection. This is essentially a reflection map. Because in the 90s, you know, you could do ray tracing, but it was expensive. So A common trick was to instead use, I mean, it's still in use today, right? You just have a texture and you kind of wrap it around the object in a way that makes it look like it's reflecting of that texture. So that's exactly what we want. But how do we add it into our whole system right here? Well, I'm just gonna... I'm gonna try doing more mixing here, I think. Would be probably not applicable to Tweeta's model, though. Who knows? So, I'm gonna try it and layer reflections on top of the object now. It should be exciting. Oh, but I guess I can't do it like in this order. Because the thing about metals is, like, let's switch to this shading type here. So we get our skybox back. So if I make this sphere red and I turn the specular way down, you will see a not specular, roughness. You can see that the color of the skybox, it's kind of layering itself on top of the redness of the sphere. So, you know, you've got this kind of blue sky, you can see that the blue is kind of peeking through. But if I make this object a metal, now the reflection is actually getting tinted by the color. So watch what happens here. So now, like, when it's not a metal, the color of the material is showing through the dark areas of the reflection. But when I slide the metallic all the way up, now the true color of the material peeks through the bright parts of the reflection, and everything else gets tinted. So I'm going to try and see if there's a way to replicate that with our object here. So that's going to be an interesting challenge, I believe. Shiny bubbles, good, yeah. Very true. Words of wisdom there, Disco. So we got our metalness all the way up. So this is the material, like the metal that we're witnessing right now. So... Wait, did I break something? Shouldn't have. No. Okay. Haking Monk, welcome to the stream. Just working on some Blender material for Constructopia. So, this is the metal, like, thing we've got. And to apply the reflections, I think I would want to multiply the result by the skybox. Ooh. Ooh, that's funky. Ooh, I kind of like that, but it's not what I intended it to be. What if I do multiply? Oh, that's interesting. I might need to clamp the result. No, doesn't. It's not how it works. Okay. I probably need to make it black and white first. Yeah. That's looking interesting. So what's happening between those two? Yeah. That's pretty neat. That is really neat. Neat effect. I think it looks kind of wrong. Maybe I need to invert the 2 steps, perhaps? So... I'm gonna unplug this and unplug that. Ooh. So I'm gonna take this here. Like this. And I'm gonna apply the linear... No. Yes. Linear light to that. Supposed to be taking the main color here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did I break it? I think I broke it. One sec. Whoopsie. Right, so... Oh, I see. I see. This needs to go into B. There we go. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same result as before, but... yeah, this kind of works. Or maybe... Just maybe. Maybe this isn't quite correct. Right. Okay, so there's gonna be a bunch more mixing going on. Oh wait, silly me. I can just unplug this one and this one. And... preview this. I guess you would be able to see like the whole sky actually. Like this. Ooh. Wait. Yeah. I guess technically like that's accurate, right? But also not. Okay, I think I'm taking the wrong approach here. I need to mix those two together. The main color. Okay. I think this is the black and white is not really doing it justice here. I'm just gonna use the normal one. Okay. I mean, it is affecting the colors though. Maybe if I invert the two. Wait. What am I doing here? No, I'm being a goof. I'm a goofy. This needs to go right in here. Yeah. And I'm going to change it to multiply to color. Oh, I mean, this is the same results. I guess multiply is correct. It is affecting the colors though. But I guess technically it's what's supposed to happen. So we'll just have to accept that those reflections will make us lose a bit of extra control. So let's go back to this original metal and this one. And I guess I would need to find a way to mix them together. So let's see. Lots of mixing going on. Yes. Yeah, so we can add a bit of sky reflections in that. Hey, Mr. O. So we don't want it to be too high, or else you kind of I think this looks pretty nice, like this. What if I use multiply? Ooh, multiply is very good. What about overlay? I think overlay might be best for this one. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like that. And what about soft light? Ooh, no, not soft light. Ooh, that's very neon. Value maybe? No. I mean, multiply does look cool, but maybe a bit too dark. I think overlay was a nice middle ground. Yeah. I think overlay, it shall be. Yeah. That's pretty good. So, What if I just use the output straight from this? Like before giving it the colors. Yeah, it looks about the same, so I guess I can lose this node. Yeah, I kind of like that. Multiply is probably... I mean, multiply looks the most realistic. Who wants realism? Alright. We want that. Yeah. Default Maya shading. That's a good way of putting it, yeah. So I guess now we have like another factor here, which we can plug back here. And that's gonna be our reflection amount. Isn't good for clothing and stuff. I haven't used Maya in like a very long time. So yeah, I guess now you can do like some very nice materials with that. Nice. I think what I'm gonna do next is try to add those sky reflection in the glossy material as well. So let's head back into our node and I'm just gonna okay, so this is the specular bit, so I'm just gonna use another add node to add those together and plug that into our add thing. Ooh. Probably need to invert those. I mean, that doesn't look like at low values, it looks pretty nice. But like very low values. I'm just gonna try more blend types. Overlay doesn't do anything. Weird. Screen, maybe. Yeah, I guess screen is kind of the same story. Yeah, I don't really like this. I think the metallic reflections. I think only the metal should have like those sky reflections. The plastic ones shouldn't. This is also pretty neat though. So yeah, we've got a pretty nice material, I would say. Pretty flexible. So, we can make a blue monkey again. Looking nice and plasticky, and I can make it very metallic as well. Nice. So, yeah. I guess now the last step is going to be adding support for bump maps. Because we do want to be able to have some bumpy stuff happening. So let's look very closely at our Cezanne. And I'm going to be adding some bumpiness. So, bump. And the height will need to come from a bump map. So that's going to be an output that just can live here. And I'm just going to say bump map for the name. And the strength as well should be customizable. And that's going to be bump strength. And I will need to duplicate this because this skybox texture uses a normal uses a vector input already. I kind of need to drag this one between them. So I need a second one because this one should say blank. Or I guess I can use the objects vector for that. And height also goes into the bump map, and strength also goes into the bump strength. And this normal can go in the diffuse, in the specular. So it shouldn't affect anything because there's nothing plugged in here yet. Specular, and the glossy one as well. Welcome back, dog. Oh, it's being funky. I think I should not use that bit here. Yeah, was making my normals look all weird. All right, so music's gone. Hold on. There we go. Push the funk to the limit. Yeah, I intend to, Disco. What do you think I'm doing? So now if I exit, I now have this bump map thing, and I have my bump strength, so I can take image texture. Let's do a noise texture, and we'll plug the factor into the bump map, and it's gonna take a little while to compute. It might get very laggy for a bit. I realize I should probably save as well. Oh, I don't like when it hangs like that. I mean, the autosave is pretty good on Blender, thankfully. So we might not lose too much. Kind of worried how long it's taking though. I don't even know if I'm still live. Okay, I'm still live. Good. Oh, there we go. Hey, look at that. Oh yeah. That's a bumpy. Look at that. Monkey raisin. And this should work with the metalness as well. Everything should deform properly. Yes. Yes. Ah, that looks incredible. Nice. That's so good. Whoa. Wait, what? This slider is being weird. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Monkey from WarioWare. Yeah. And you can see it's affecting everything, even the reflections on the sky. Like those get bumpy too. Awesome. Yeah, so I guess that's our material. I'm just gonna name it retro material. There we go. I guess now we can try and build our little scene. So this is our monkey material. This really needs a camera. Welcome back, Emmy. So camera. I wonder if you could like place it where the view is. That would be cool. Oh wait, maybe I can do that. Camera to view. There we go. I need to put that back down to the ground. Nice. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna crank up the FOV a bit. Oh, now we're rendering. Oop. I can't see my keyboard. There we go. All right, Mr. O, have a good lunch. Right, so I guess we can just have fun with this scene then. So I think for the Suzanne, I want to keep her like pretty smooth, but not metal. Now for the water, well, I want to make it like water, so I'm gonna summon my retro material again. And I'm just gonna make it metallic with all the reflections amount, and the main color will be a nice... Ooh. That made it very green. Oh my. I guess it needs to stay white then. I'm not sure what's happening here though. Oh well. It's fine. And I guess I'll just need to make it kind of wavy. So I'm gonna use me noise texture here. Yeah, I guess Blender doesn't like it when I plug noise textures into the bump map because it's taking a while. Waves getting dangerously close to 2000. Uh-oh. Yeah, but it'll make all the difference. Oh, this is taking so long. My poor computer. I'm putting it through so much. Hey, there we go. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Now that's CGI. Alright. Our sphere here. Get this out of here. I want my retro material. Oh, you know what? I don't want a sphere. Can you lower the resolution of the reflections? I'm not sure how to do it using nodes, though. Sadly. Oof. I think I'm just gonna use another mesh instead. I'm gonna use... I mean, no, I'm gonna keep the sphere. I'm also gonna hide the water just for a bit because it's getting too laggy. Yeah, this is better. Just for now. I'm gonna make a green, very green sphere. And don't forget save. Yeah, I know, I should save, but I'm too excited. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna... Uh-oh. I clicked somewhere and it's not responding anymore. What did I do? I clicked somewhere and... Oh, there we go. We're back. Okay, cool. Please let me save. There we go. Save. There we go. Just the flip it is glowing. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, BRB, 1 sec. And back. So. And, you know, this cone should really be blue. Obviously. I'll make it this. I'll make both of these glossy, I think. This one's gonna be a metal. Or maybe this one should be. What's it like? It's very dark. Yeah, like this. Oh yeah. Oh. This one will remain a kind of flat cone. Ah, look at those. Oh, it's so shiny. What else could I add? I mean, oh yeah, I mean it's perfect like this. Like this is beautiful. I say. I say this looks great. I'm gonna make this bumpy though. I really want to make this bumpy, so let's make what's a magic texture? I don't trust that. Noise, and this goes into the bump map. And that's a bumpy looking ooh. No, I don't want distortion. Yeah, that's a very ugly bump map, but I like it. Maybe if I had a bit more detail. Yeah. Oh, or what if I used a brick texture instead? What's that gonna be like? Ooh. Let's see. Come on. Ooh, oh, it's mapped a little weird. Hold on. Let me fix that. Object, I think. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, that's even worse. Wait. Normal? I don't think this is the one. No. UV? I'm just gonna try a bunch of them until it looks right. It doesn't really change much. Also, yeah, it doesn't quite look right. It's fine though. Weird, how would I do that? How would I make it like wrap nicely around it? I guess it doesn't matter too much. I guess I'll just not use one. But I still want to add some bump. Maybe I should add it to this one. Like make it look all crumpled up. Yeah. Oh yeah. Look at the beauty in that sphere. Man, what a scene this is. And with our little water. I suddenly feel the urge to ponder. Yeah, this feels pretty good, I think. It's a very good scene. It's a very good one. Water. What more can I add? I've got so many objects. No, not this one. Diamonds. Honeycomb. Teapot. What's this? Sponge. Oh. A fractal sponge. Okay, maybe I made it upset. I mean, this feels like it would fit right in though, so I'm just gonna scale this up. Way up. Okay, I'm just gonna switch back to this. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be powerful, I think. I do need to make this way bigger. So I'm gonna just do that. There we go. And I can put this way back over here. And I'll change this light to a sun one. Oh yeah. Now we're blending. I think the scale got weird, so I just need to... There we go. And I need my sunlight. Where is it? Here. This is silly, I like it. Gonna hide my poor plane again. Okay, let's... What kind of material should that be? I feel like maybe it should be... kind of gold. Does it even convey that it's like kind of golden and stuff? I mean, from here, I guess so. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. What a scene. What a scene this is. What else can we add to it? Is it green? I think it's not, but it's because it's reflecting the sky. It's weird. Don't want to mess with that too much. I'll figure it out later. Maybe I can change it so that it's actually properly tinting the color. Maybe I can do that now. Or did I just pick the wrong color like a dummy? No. Maybe I need a black and white. No. Fractal sushi. Okay, it's compiling the shaders right now. That's probably gonna take a bit. Can't tell if anything has changed. We'll see once it gets like back from where it was. Is there a difference? I don't know. Okay. Let's add one last object. Rock generator. Gears. What? Oh, yes. Yes, 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 please. Give me some of that. Oh, I like that one. The very complex one. It's great. Okay, gonna make it very big. I'm just gonna have it like float in the sky, like very far away. Okay, maybe it's a bit too far away. Yes. You're just watching from the top. Ah, it looks way colder now. Cool. Unidentified flying udon. It's an alien. Obviously. And I'm gonna make it big. The monkey looks like a delicious gummy. Good. Perfect. Where's the low poly anthropomorphic rabbit? It's hiding inside the sponge. Oh wait. Can I cheat it by making just like the thing white? I guess this black and white thing kind of yeah. Okay, maybe I need to be able to adjust that. That extremely blue water looked great, honestly. Yeah, I do want to be able to like keep the reflection tinting. Just to further like customize this. So it just needs to go in this. So it's gonna take a while to compile again. And once I'm done, I will finish the scene. And oh, I will probably test it on one of the models that Dom made, just to end this, because I think it will be funny. Come on, Blender, you can do it. I believe in you. Gummy tweet. Yeah. Okay. So now in this material I can oh. There we go. White. There we go. Nice. So now I can adjust the reflection tint. And we've got our water again. Nice. Awesome. So let's save that. And I'm now going to... Hey, someone. Welcome. I'm just quickly going to save the models that Dom sent me, and I shall be ready to mess with him. Oh yeah. So I guess we should like work with Twitter, so just gonna turn these off. And let's just shade everything smooth. Ooh. Except for these. There we go. Phew. Much better. Wait. Oh, they're one object. Interesting. That might be a problem. Well, not really. I can assign materials. Anyway, that's fine. All right. So let's hop into the shading, and I'm gonna import the palette here. So I've got my palette and I need to import the retro material. Hey, this model is huge. It's a huge model. Yes, time for Gami Twitter. New material. Oh, no, for the hair. And I'm gonna call it hair. Didn't mean to delete the object. Let's get our retro material in. Oh! Shoot, I forgot something. Hold on. I'm gonna save as... real quick. I need to grab this thing. So save, and then I can go back to my portraits and I can append the material. Material. Nope. Didn't mean to do that. How do I get the material from the sky? World? Sky. There we go. Sky. Alright. Much better. So. Back to our hair. So the hair should be kind of light green. And we can make it... I mean, it should probably not be glossy. But we're gonna make it glossy. Yes. Oh, and let's also make the light. There it is. Tiny. So we get sharp shadows. And I'm just gonna give that same hair material to the bits of hair. All right. So now let's do some skin. Now, Tweet has a dark complexion. Oop, but I think some of these colors are, oh no, wrong thing. I think some of these colors are maybe a bit too dark, I don't know. Like this feels too dark. And this definitely feels too light. This is too red. So, not quite sure. This might be a problem. I will leave it like that for now, but yeah, that's something we should probably work on. Just a bit of gloss. What kind of material is the retro material? It's a material that's meant to replicate the kind of basic shading that was kind of prevalent in the 90s. So it doesn't really do any of the fancy physically accurate nothings that you can get in Blender nowadays, but oh, the kind of node. It's a node group, so it's basically just a whole bunch of nodes assembled into one. So basically just taking a bunch of basic like diffuse and specular shaders and kind of mixing them together. It's something I've built throughout the stream today, and I'm kind of trying it in real conditions. So I'm gonna grab the neck, and will there be a tutorial? I mean, probably not. I don't think it's interesting enough to be a tutorial. How's the blendering? It's going pretty well. I'm kind of like testing my materials on Twitter, and she's looking mighty antiquated. She's really getting that vibe of like 90s model. I mean, you can still like probably just watch the VODs bubble links. So the eyes should be pitch black, I think. Oh, I keep forgetting to put my material. Silly me. Now, the glasses. I need to make two materials for this, so one for the rim of the glasses, because these are gonna be red. Problem is, the way the object itself is set up means I'm affecting the whole mesh, which isn't great. That's okay done by ooh. Something. No, I don't want to make that metallic. No, I don't want to make that metal. That's fine. I can just create a new material on the object and create a lenses material. And in edit mode, I can just select the faces of the lenses and assign it here. So now they have two distinct material. Twita is a character in Constructopia, which is a game that me and Doman are working on. It's kind of intended to be a kind of guide sort of character. Ooh, that's terrifying. Quickly fix that. So the main color should be white, and the ambient should be kind of like blue. Or maybe I could try making them metallic and give them reflections. Oh, it's behaving weird. I think there's something funky going on here. I kind of like it though. Alright, so the frames... Well, the arms and the bridge, I believe, are also red. So they can just get that same material. I'm doing all this from memory, by the way. If you can't tell. Or maybe they're yellow. I don't remember. Maybe if Dom is still here, he can tell me. So the blush should obviously be pink. Blush. Oh, okay, they're yellow. Alright, so they need their own material. Oh, and I forgot to set a ambient color for these. Yes. And these are classes yellow. Cool. We're getting there. Right, let's just continue. Main color, this, and the ambient. Probably one of those pinks right there. Different color scheme, that's the most 90s thing to do. That's true. So for the mouth... Wait, wasn't it? Oh, right. For this one, I need to make sure it's set to object. There we go. Not gonna make it that glossy. Just a tiny bit. And this one will have the same material. Oops. There we go. Man, that's... yeah, it really feels like I'm about to start a game I found in a cereal box. So for the body, I have no idea what the colors are. So I'm pretty sure, you know, this portion of the body, like the coat, is completely white. Yellow shirt, blue color. Oh, this is a shirt. Okay. White buttons. Okay. So. Oh no. Yellow. This is Mr. Wright's daughter or something. SimCity 2. Yeah. Oh, she doesn't have her lab coat yet. Okay. Why are the colors so weird now? What's up with that? The reflection here. Like, I don't think it's supposed to be like that. Like this, looking like a reversed sunny side up egg. Oh well. Color? Metal lab coat tweet. Yeah. Blue color. Right. Oh, I keep forgetting to use my material. Gee. And it's Ophelia looking over it. Maybe it's a lighter blue. Probably. Yeah. That feels right. Burn to a reflection of the lab coats. Exactly. And white buttons. Group, retro material, in here, and there we go. You can even do like the very janky turntable. I think I might make her hair less glossy. And maybe it needs to be a touch darker as well. Like this. Yes! Nice. Are you gonna make this texture import into Constructopia? Well, I wasn't planning to, but I guess I've got it now. Alright, first I'm gonna adjust the lights a bit. Maybe that's why the lights are weird, it's because the sunlight is this light was so strong in the first place. Don't forget her real eyes too. Wait, she has real eyes? Oh, I didn't see those. Sneaky. Well, they're just gonna get the same material. There we go. So I'm gonna leave very soon, but I won't do like a full import into GVG, but I'll still do the texture convert, and I'll show what it's like. How can her eyes be real if her glasses aren't? That's a very deep question. I'm just gonna rotate the camera, the sunlight a bit. Yeah. Alright, someone. Yeah, I'm I'm just gonna quickly make camera. Oop. Oh, there's already one. Interesting. Oh, come on. Ooh. There we go. I think the darker tone worked nicely for her skin tone. I mean, I can quickly adjust it. It's not that difficult. Yeah, that's the problem. I didn't want to whitewash her necessarily. All right. Racist buddy. No. All right. Let's try. Yeah, that does make her cheeks pop more. It's true. Alright, so I guess the resolution will have to be 64 by 64, because that's the resolution of a GBG texture. And I'm gonna quickly adjust the camera. Or maybe I should just zoom. There we go. I'm not going for them beefy 4x4 texture. Probably not. It wouldn't be wise. Alright, 64 by 64. Oh, let's make sure we're on standard colors. Ooh, yeah. That pops a lot more. I wonder how the other skin tone... Yeah, no, that's definitely too dark. Oh, too light, sorry. What about this one? Is this one too light? I think it might be. Yeah, it might be. I'll just revert to this original one. What if I made her orange? That doesn't look good. Just let Voxy optimize it in post. How about this kind of pinkish color? Yeah, I know. Just gonna wait for the opinion on the pinkish color. If not, I'll just revert back to what it was before. I think the original one you had first time round is good now. Okay. So that was... Which one was that? This one? Well, let's try this one, and we'll see how it looks. Alright. Let's render it. Oh no! Okay, I don't think you can... Yeah, I'm gonna show it to you because it's really funny. Uh, Hold on. Where's the render result? Because I forgot to turn off the other characters, and all the characters are just melting together. I need to turn off all the other collections. There we go. Alright, let's do it again. Looking pretty good. So far, so good. Right. I guess we can save it. And I'm gonna try I'm quickly gonna GBTify it, and after that I really have to go, so it's gonna be a bit of a hurried ending to this, but I think it's gonna be pretty conclusive, I feel. Okay, let's quickly open the other one. Yeah. I mean, it's still a bit crunchy, but I think it can be like a matter of adjusting the lighting and stuff. I'm also gonna try with no dithering to see what it looks like. So let's without dithering. I don't know how to dither the lighting itself. That sounds difficult. And the last one I'm gonna try is this one. The Floyd Steinberg dithering. Yeah, I do have a preference for this one, the cleaner one. But obviously, you know, mouse looks spooky. Yeah, obviously there are a bunch of adjustments we can still make, but I think this is a pretty good start already. Could touch up the mouth in post. Yeah, we could like draw over the facial features as well. Anyway, I really have to go now. So, thanks everyone for joining. I hope it wasn't too boring to watch because it's very different from what I do usually. Very glad with see all this progress really as well. So yeah, I'll see you all soon. Take care everyone. Bye.